12 years. That's how long my mother-in-law kept a locked folder buried under insulation in her attic. 12 years of birthdays, holidays, and her looking me straight in the eye while my husband believed he had nothing coming to him. I only found it because a raccoon chewed through her roof vents. What was inside that folder didn't just surprise me. It ended her. She thought that folder would stay buried with her. She had no idea I'd be the one standing in the attic the day it finally saw daylight. Before I tell you exactly what I found, comment where you're watching from. And subscribe if you believe buried secrets always find their way to the surface. My name is Elena Marsh. I'm 34, a forensic accountant, married to Daniel for 6 years. His mother, Diane, made one thing clear from day one. Daniel's older sister, Renee, was the responsible one, and Daniel was the one who needed to prove himself. Every family decision bent toward Renee. When Diane's husband passed 8 years ago, Renee handled the paperwork. Daniel never asked questions. He wasn't that kind of son. I was. Diane's attic needed emergency repair after storm damage this spring. Daniel was traveling for work, so I let the contractor in myself. That's when I saw it, a fireproof folder wedged behind the old Christmas boxes, wrapped in a garbage bag like it was never meant to be found by anyone. Inside was the original notarized will from Daniel's father, dated 3 months before the version Renee had filed with the estate attorney 12 years ago. The original split everything evenly between Daniel and Renee. The version everyone signed off on gave Renee 80%. Citing a verbal amendment Diane swore her husband made on his deathbed. There was no verbal amendment. There was this folder and a letter, handwritten by Diane, addressed to no one, admitting she'd helped Renee draft the fraudulent version because Daniel would never fight for what he deserved anyway. She wasn't wrong about that. But she never counted on me finding it. I didn't confront anyone that day. I photographed every page, then had the folder authenticated by a document examiner I'd worked with on a fraud case 2 years prior. He confirmed the ink, the paper aging, and the notary stamp were consistent with the original date 12 years ago, untouched since. I brought in a probate attorney quietly, filed a formal request for the estate's original records, and let the paper trail build itself. Diane kept inviting us to Sunday dinners like nothing had changed. I sat at her table and ate her cooking, knowing exactly what was coming. Daniel still didn't know. Not because I was hiding it from him. I needed everything airtight before I told him the truth would hurt him twice, once from his mother, once from his sister. The probate court hearing was scheduled for a Tuesday morning. Renee walked in expecting a routine formality. Instead, our attorney submitted the original will, the authentication report, and Diane's own handwritten letter as evidence of estate fraud. Renee's face went white. Diane sat frozen, staring at her own handwriting projected on a screen she never thought anyone would see again. The judge didn't need long. The original will was reinstated. Renee was ordered to return the estate funds she'd already spent, and the court referred the matter for a fraud investigation. Diane turned to me in the hallway afterward, her voice shaking. "Why would you do this to this family?" I looked at her calmly. "You did this 12 years ago. I just turned on the light." Renee is still working through a repayment plan and a pending legal review. Diane doesn't call anymore. There's nothing left to protect and nothing left to control. Daniel finally got what was always his, not because his mother decided he deserved it, but because the truth outlived her silence. I don't feel guilty, I feel done. For 12 years, she buried the truth under insulation and old Christmas decorations, certain it would rot there quietly forever. She forgot one thing: some things don't stay buried. They just wait for someone patient enough to dig.